Welcome back. I'm Chimera Complex, and I'm bad at City of Heroes. I've mentioned before that I wanted to avoid um, talking about enhancements so early in the game, but I realized that if I don't keep up with my enhancements, then the game is going to slow down tremendously once I start reaching higher levels. So we're gonna talk about enhancements and what they do, how they work, that sort of thing. So here we've got just a vendor that sells what we call dual origin enhancements. There are several different types of enhancements. There's dual origin enhancements, single origin enhancements, invention origin enhancements, and they all have different intensities. They all different enhancements have different effects. Each of them will have the same effect, respectively, to like a accuracy, or a health, or a damage. They'll all do the same thing, but each one will have a different intensity depending on its level, of course. So dual origins, generally speaking, have the least effect because they can be used for um, two different origins. Um, show you what I mean here. I am a magic origin superhero, which means I can only use enhancements from dual or single origin enhancements that include magic, and you can tell what they are by what they look like. So let me see if I can find what I'm looking for here. Info. So this is natural and magic. So natural origin and magic origin can use this particular enhancement. Uh, and then we've got one that the icon looks a little bit different here. This one is for technology and natural. So the gear is for technology origin. I'm not quite sure what that is next to the gear, the other half of that icon, but that represents the natural origin. We've got another one here for mutation and magic. So the mutation side of the icon is the one that kind of looks like maybe it looks like the purple looks kind of like a half of a DNA strand or something like that, whereas the magic looks like some sort of relic with gems in it on the left hand side of that icon, just so you can tell them apart. I'm actually going to sell all of the enhancements that are in my inventory right now because, well, most of them, I don't really need them. And I'm going to scroll through and see what's available here. Okay, so yeah, they're all. Let's see, we've got single origin enhancements down at the bottom. They have a greater effect than the dual origin because they are meant for a specific origin. In this case, in my case, magic. So I've got two powers that deal damage. What I'm going to need to do is increase my accuracy and increase my damage for now. I don't really need to worry about um, any other. I don't really need to get too fancy with my enhancements at low levels. I just want to be able to do a little bit more damage and hit more frequently. So I'm going to get two accuracy enhancements and one damage enhancement for each of these. So this is an accuracy. I'm going to get four of those because I've got two powers. I'm going to get two damage, one for each. I'm going to manage my enhancements just going to drop them in those slots that I created earlier. Now, an additional feature that was implemented in Homecoming is the ability to upgrade your single and dual origin enhancements on the fly. Normally what you would do is if you've got two enhancements of the same type, let's say I had, a couple of more of these down here, I would slot that one there, and then from down here, I would put one of these up here, and I would combine them. As a quality of life thing, they just implemented a feature where you could click your upgrade button, and then it'll just charge you however much it would normally cost to upgrade the enhancements, and then just make them the maximum level that they can possibly be. Saves a lot of time and a lot of confusion. Now, I'm also, because this particular power is a toggled power, you noticed down there in my number 4 bar, it's got that blue aura orbiting it. That means it's toggled on. That costs endurance. My blue resource down there where my... here we go, next to my experience. My endurance, as you can see, is decreasing. It will increase over time, but it also, for every toggled power that you have, decreases over time. So you need to find, at higher levels, a balance. The amount of endurance that you're spending versus the amount of endurance that you're replenishing. So what I want to do is find an enhancement that reduces the amount of endurance that is spent for that particular power. So I'm actually going to buy one for this toggle, my charged armor. I'm also going to buy a couple more. One for Mystic Flight, so that that also has a cost reduction, as well as my sprint. I keep my sprint toggled pretty much all the time, but it does have an endurance drain. So I'm going to buy 3 of these. I'm going to put one in here. I'm going to put one in my sprint. And as you can see, as I start to drag it, slots turn green where they can be dropped. I'm going to drop that right there. Now, I'm going to buy an enhancement that increases my overall speed, whether I'm sprinting or flying. Specifically, I'm going to increase my flight speed. So, where do we have that? Fly, there we go. I'm going to buy one of those. I'm going to buy an enhancement that increases, heals, or absorbs. It also applies to total health, depending on where you slot it, and I'm going to demonstrate that. And I'm going to buy an enhancement that improves the total amount of endurance that I have available. That's not the same as endurance reduction, which we've already seen. This is an endurance reduction, meaning it reduces the cost of endurance. This will improve the amount of endurance available. This is going to improve the amount of health that I have, and that'll just increase my flight speed slightly. And we're going to upgrade all of those, bring those up to my current level. Now, if I level up a couple more times, I'll be able to click on that upgrade button and keep all of these up to date. Alrighty. Now, when we left off, we were going to talk to this guy. So, let me head back on over to him. Alrighty. What's up, buddy? What you got for me? Alrighty, so the story here is that the Hellions, who we've dealt with before, uh, appears to be working with the villain group Arachnos. You could kind of think of Arachnos as like the City of Heroes equivalent to G.I. Joe's Cobra, only they're spider themed rather than snake themed. Alright, and we are going to attack the base. By defeating 15 Arachnos. Alright, we're already off to a swimming start. And as you can see, I am doing significantly more damage this time around. Well, I'm not going to get away that easy. I just saved a guy. That uniform he was wearing indicates to me that he was a member of Longbow. Longbow would be the counterpart to Arachnos. So if Arachnos is Cobra, then Longbow would be G.I. Joe. With superpowers. Alright, John is still scared. I don't know where that guy's going. He's doing it again. Holy crap, buddy. Gotcha. Seven more to go. I don't think I've ever actually done this particular arc. Yeah, well, there's definitely more Arachnos here. That's where we need to be, I suppose. All right. 5 more to go. I don't like that at all. So as you can see, I really do, when I do my real damage is when I crit. So there is one additional type of enhancement, and those are sets. The sets are specific to your archetype, and the archetype set that I would be going for will enhance not only the amount or the chances that I have to perform a critical strike, but also improve the amount of damage that my critical strike does. And we're headed back to Aaron. All right, so initially I was trying to prevent an Arachnos invasion. Uh, but our antics over here seem to have merely moved their timetable forward. So now I'm taking out their commanders to suss out where their base of operations is within Atlas Park. That's one commander. Another of those are commander. I'm just not going to bother with them. There's another commander. Very strange architecture, to say the least. We're going to take off here and see if we can hunt down a commander from the air. Alrighty. 2 more to go. Alrighty. There we go. We got a clue. Alrighty, so I couldn't find their base, but I discovered plans for blowing stuff up, so I'm going to disable their explosive devices. Alrighty. Gonna head back to Aaron. And see what's next on the agenda. Alrighty, so now we're destroying those towers that I passed by earlier, the pylons. Which are plentiful. didn't really want to mess with these guys, but you know, it is what it is. There we go. All right, let's take the next one out. Alrighty, one more to go. Alright, no nerds to deal with. Right, there's another clue. Okay, so we got a message from the very first guy that we helped. Seems he's got a lead on his wife, whom we discovered was in fact not dead. So coming back to this guy to figure out what we're doing next. And we will continue this in our next episode. All right, and you know, give me some feedback. Tell me what you think so far. If I'm going too fast with the lore drops, or if you even care that there's lore drops. If you just want to see the action, let me know down in the comments.